This is why you should always check blind spot.
A classic dashcam clip that consistently does the internet rounds. To everybody who can think critically and view it objectively, it is obvious the driver of the parked car is responsible for the impact. However, before we get into the liability, if you enjoy these liability reviews, do make sure to drop a follow. So there's a vehicle parked up at the side of the road. They open their door into the path of an established and correctly proceeding vehicle, which causes damage to both vehicles. In a moment, I'll address what most people get wrong when viewing this clip, but first I'll explain the reason why the parked car driver is at fault for those that don't understand. When you're getting out of a parked car, you're supposed to check that it is safe and clear to be able to open the door. You're supposed to check your door mirror and do an over-the-shoulder check to ensure that your blind spot is clear and no vehicles are approaching. More recently, it was added to the highway code that you should exit a vehicle using the Dutch reach manoeuvre, which is turning your body to open the door with your opposing hand. So if you're getting out of the driver's seat, you should swing your body around, use the left hand on the door handle whilst also doing the over-the-shoulder check to ensure that no vehicles are approaching in your blind spot. Ultimately, the door was opened into the path of a passing car with 1.1 seconds between the door opening and impact. If a car failed to give way at a junction and entered the path of another car with 1.1 seconds until impact, then you'd be holding them fully at fault, and it's no different in this situation where a door has been opened into the path of a passing car. Now, if you're the type of person that is going to reach intergalactically and say the passing car could have avoided that, then you've reached too far on this one. 1.1 seconds is not enough time to be able to react, implement avoidant action, and slow to a stop. Couple of things to call out, as I mentioned, the gap between the parked vehicle and the curb. Huge. You could probably call a taxi from that car just to get to the curb. Not really relevant to the liability, but worth a mention. If you're going to say that the highway code has a rule that says that you should pass a parked car with at least a door's width or a 1 metre gap, that rule is not in the section for all road users. That rule is in the cyclist section of the highway code only. Ironically, I bet that it's the road users that have unconscious bias towards cyclists that will quote that rule in this situation, regardless of whether a cyclist was involved or not. Now, is it nice to have a gap when passing parked cars? Absolutely, and you should move out a bit if you can. However, this is the UK and not many of our roads can fit that kind of situation. And if you didn't pass parked cars quite closely, then you'd probably get nowhere with your day. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound.